making 3 special drinks for you, an Aperol Spritz, passion fruit Collins, and an old fashioned. So thank you all for joining us. I hope you have your kits ready. And I'm Carly Chance. This is Amber Anderson. And we're ready.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming. Yeah, it is the first of hopefully many of these interactive virtual mixers. So we hope you have your kits ready. We're coming to you live from Queenstown Bistro here in UTC. We're super, super grateful. They are open for takeout and delivery. So check them out. They're on social media as well. But we're very, very excited for what we have in store because we've got some secret things up our sleeve. But most importantly, I know everybody is probably experiencing the same thing where we're all just home. And so we're trying to come up with something that's fun. Typically tonight we would be at one of our sunset soirees in a beautiful estate, having a great time with music and friends. I think our last sunset soiree here in San Diego was March the 12th. So the Thursday before all of this began. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to bring some fun into your living room. We are gonna have an opportunity after we have Jesse Peterson, who is an amazing celebrity mixologist, who's gonna be making 3 different cocktails, but then we'll be following it up with CJ from Queenstown Bistro here, who's gonna be showing us their specialty drinks, which I believe is a strawberry margarita and of course their famous Queenstown sangria. So you'll definitely have to stay tuned for the entire event. If you don't have the drinks, feel free to have your own. There'll be some sections where we'll be bringing in our special guest, which is Jason Whitmore, Jason on Sax. If you haven't checked him out, he's on Instagram, Jason on Sax. He's very easy to find, but he's got some really cool beats in store for us. And so we'll have a chance that we can perhaps come into your home if you're ready. We want to kind of create more of a dance party vibe. So again, make sure your cameras are on and have a good time. And then if there's anything you want to hear, or if there's any questions you have about the drinks, make sure you include that in the comments. But we're hoping to get started. We're going to be joining in with this, I should say, craft cocktail hour. But hopefully you're ready, because I know we're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah. So first we have Jesse from Raised by Wolves.
We are, I think we're getting ready, and we're going to start with our first one. Now, the first one, which is an Aperol Spritz, which I'm not going to talk about. We're going to let Jesse do it because she is the professional here.
Right?
See you in a bit.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate you letting me into your personal space. Thank you, Queenstown Bistro, for having me too. This is obviously not my normal bar, but we're going to do 3 different cocktails today that kind of give you a good range. It's summertime. We want to have a couple really fun things that you can make from household ingredients. So you can use Aperol, you can use Campari, you can use Saint Germain. I'm using a little bit of raspberry infused Fino sherry because it's delicious, but all you need to know about making a proper spritz is 3 ingredients. 3 ounces of sparkling wine, 1 ounce of sparkling water, and 2 ounces of whatever it is that tastes delicious for you. So we're going to start off with that part. The 2 ounces of raspberry infused Fino sherry. And sherry is not just for cooking. I want everyone to understand that right now. Sherry is for drinking a lot. 3 ounces of Mum Napa sparkling wine. And a little touch, if you guys ordered all of your kits from Collins and Coop over in North Park, you should have gotten a Perrier. Or you can use whatever sparkling water you have in the house. LaCroix works really well. Topo Chico works really well. We're just going to top that off a little bit. Give it a quick stir. Big fan of fresh citrus, especially this time of year. We are super spoiled in California to be able to have whatever type of citrus that we want almost year round. We're just going to give that a little bit of that aromatic. That's delicious. And then if you guys are thinking about trying something a little bit different, floral stuff, like I said, Saint Germain works really well, Campari and soda, Campari and champagne. Anything low ABV that has a little bit of bitter tannin behind it works really well with champagne. But I'm also going to pass up a couple cocktails to my lovely hosts over here. And then, yeah, we'll be able to hang out for a little bit longer. We've got a passion fruit cocktail coming in a little while, but for now, we're going to pass it off to Jason Whitmore. He's going to entertain you a little bit. We're probably going to dance behind the bar here, so we'll see you in a few minutes, okay?
I hope everybody's got their dancing slippers, shoes, barefoot. There's no rules in quarantine, so let's get this party started. What do you say?
I've been up all week, not getting any sleep, trying to read the signs. I don't know how much more I can take, how much longer I can wait. before I leave. For heaven's sake, you take my breath away when you're not even trying. You got me wondering why. What if you were mine? Oh, baby, wanna say it now. Let the words come out to me. It's easy to say it a million times to me. But I waited for you. I think that's long enough to love. To all those lonely nights, picking fights, it's already been done. I can't believe my eyes. Did I find myself so oh, baby, come on and say it now. Just let the words come out to me. It's easy to say what's on your mind. Say it a million times. Oh, baby, just let the words come out to me. It's easy to say what's on your mind. Say it a million times.
Thank you.
Okay, how amazing was that? How fun.
We're so muted today.
And how good is this?
This is
Because
awesome.
I just had my first
That was
Aperol
super
Spritz
fun.
last year.
What
I
did
was
I
at a
think
dear friend's wedding. We're good with sound, right?
Still up there.
Yep, that's, you're not
Okay.
looking, wrong
Right.
place.
All right.
Nevertheless, my first one was in Brooklyn, and I kept saying, what is this thing about this amazing Aperol Spritz? And it's good. I saw some of you had your drinks there. We had Miami, was it the president of the associates? The CEO, awesome. And this is such a great opportunity to have West Coast, East Coast. Look, when do we ever get to have a virtual mixer when we've got both sides present? Because this is the amazing things that will come out of this pandemic that we've been, is just new ways to connect, new ways to network. And this is going to be fun tonight. So again, thank you for joining us. If you haven't, make sure to turn your camera on, because after we go through a couple of these drinks, we will be bringing it back to Jason on sax. And if I didn't yet, I wanted to quickly thank Gary with Collins and Coop. He was responsible for putting together those awesome kits for these drinks tonight. He is able to organize if you want to do something in your own home. Be sure to connect, because he's going to be a great resource, and this is something that hopefully we'll continue to do. And obviously those that were local were able to pick up a kit for all the cocktails that we're making tonight. If not, you can make your own drinks. But again, as we kind of go through tonight, we'll be bringing it live to the dance party. So make sure you're ready when that camera goes on you, because we're ready to have fun. What did you think of it, Charlie?
Thank you so much for just helping us keep the YPN going, because we miss our events. We love putting on our parties. So thanks for partying with us still, and keeping
What did you think
going.
of the drink though?
Oh, the
I want to
drink,
know.
I love it. It's I typically just drink tequila and water, so I don't like a lot of the foo-foo stuff, and this actually is not sweet, even though it's dark kind of color and it looks fruity. It's actually very clean and it's not very sweet. I love it.
And I know we did mention celebrity mixologist Jesse Peterson, but she's from Raised by Wolves, you guys. So if you haven't yet checked out that place, when we do get open again, you'll have to go and check it out because you can get one of these yourself, made by her as well. So
absolutely.
What else? Who else do we have to thank? I guess, again, I want to make sure we mention Queenstown Bistro here in UTC. Again, they're open for takeout and delivery. If you haven't yet gone online, amazing menu. They've got a few places throughout San Diego as well. I think Bareback Grill is one of them, and PB, and most of them are open. So we need to support our local restaurants, keep them open, because it's going to be a new time. And I think we'll see some new changes in San Diego, specifically all throughout the country. I know yesterday I was on a call and there's some exciting things that might be happening throughout San Diego where our restaurants might be spilling off into our streets, which could be fun just to accommodate a little bit more safety zones. You guys can see our clear barrier here too, right? Yep, we have one here.
We have space.
Yes, we do. We do.
We sanitize. We sanitize for all copacetic. So.
Yeah, so we actually, I always get to brag about our weather, but with Miami on the call as well, there's kind of a toss up here because I know you guys have good weather as well. So we are excited to get our second drink going, I think, and it is a version of a Tom Collins of sorts. So stay tuned. Heading over to Jesse.
See you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm sorry I'm missing everyone's dance party at home, but we are going to do something more of a passion fruit style Collins at home. It's a really great cocktail to make with either gin, which is traditional, which is what I'm going to use, or vodka, or Blanco tequila, or white rum, or nothing if you're not drinking right now, which is totally acceptable, but it's quarantine, so who cares? We're going to start with a little bit of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, so about 3/4 of an ounce of that. My very dear friend Jen Collier runs a company called Small Hand Foods. She makes different style syrups, which is also available in the Collins and Coop kit. This one is the passion fruit syrup, and it is delicious. Most of the time, passion fruit's really hard to work with fresh, but her syrups are super consistent, so a full ounce of that. We're gonna work with Glendale style Irish gin. 2 ounces there. I wish I could see everybody shake at home. And I know your lovely host talked about having a couple surprises, so I brought one of my own. This is a hibiscus blood orange ice cube. We're gonna work with that today. Topped with a little bit of soda water because it's traditional for a Collins to have a little bit of bubble. You can watch that beautiful color change. It almost looks like a San Diego sunset, right? You can garnish this however you like. Flowers, nothing, extra soda, more champagne. Lemon twist for me is optimal. We'll go ahead and drop that right in. Cheers, guys. And back to Jason.
The look that's in your eyes has got me all in. Place it in my mind, go through the orbit. Rings around me, I can't shake. Darkness, shield the light away. Don't leave me light away.
Okay. Wow.
Thank you guys. Great job with dancing. Love the dance party.
Wasn't that great?
That
I
was so
wish
awesome.
you could taste this. Having a blood orange ice cube, I have to say, is a first.
It's amazing.
But a bigger first in a very long time, probably
here we go.
22 years. I haven't had gin. I had a bad run-in, Jen and I, once upon a time. And so, but I have to say, it may be coming back around because this is delicious. What do you think?
Absolutely delicious. Again, I'm not one for like fruity drinks, but I'm having a great time. And these are actually, they look fruity, but they taste very smooth, very clean, very fresh. Fresh, clean ingredients is right up my alley.
If you don't like fruity, what do you normally drink, Carly?
Water.
Oh.
It's usually water or a, diet tonic or a, what are those? Seltzer-y water things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, and we saw some cameos of some people. Thank you for busting a move here with us. That looks good. Bobby finally got off the phone from making some deals happen, joining us. So again, if you haven't yet, make sure you turn your camera on when we've got Jason playing. We'll be able to bring that party into your home. If you haven't yet, follow Jason Whitmore. He's Jason on Sax. You can follow him on Instagram. He's on Facebook. That's how I found him, you guys. Social media is very, very powerful. And I think right now more than ever, this is our way of communicating. It's how Queenstown Bistro, which is where we are today, and I know I keep saying it, but I really, really feel like we need to support them, is go to follow their social media pages, is you'll know what's going on. And again, we're just super, super grateful that we're able to do this. I think this is something fun, exciting. What else are we all doing on a Thursday night? Well, yeah. So we're just so grateful. We've got the Miami Association of REALTORS involved tonight, the Greater San Diego Association of REALTORS, and this is exciting. This is the first of hopefully many of these. Well, hopefully we can get back to our real sunset soirees. But in the meantime, we'll try to bring some fun into the comfort of your own home. And we just want to hear from you. So be sure to, engage us on the chat. Let us know what you're doing. Hopefully you guys actually got to make that last drink. And again, Collins and Coop, there is a link in the registration form. If you hadn't yet checked them out, you can actually get the kits to make these. And if you want to bring that into your own home at any time, he can make them specialties. His name's Gary, Collins and Coop. You can reach out to somebody at the association to get you his information. But we just want to support as best we can. And we're very excited for what we've got coming up next. I have to say that this next drink is my husband's favorite drink.
What's coming up next?
What's coming up next is an old fashioned.
Oh,
yeah, old fashioned.
And
like
there, what is that? Whiskey?
Oh,
whiskey?
Oh,
whiskey.
It is whiskey.
And that special little cherry?
Special cherry,
special
but,
expensive cherry.
But what makes that drink is the ice cube, which you got to have the ice cube.
Yes.
So, in fact, I think
those cherries are not cheap, by the way. I'm not a big fan of the Marciano, the regular cherries, but these cherries, they're different. They're very different. They're very special.
And expensive.
Yes.
And good. So, are you guys ready? I know you guys have been enjoying Jesse. She's doing a fabulous job. Again, Raised by Wolves, celebrity mixologist who's bringing it straight into your home. So get ready because we're about to head off, or I should say our last drink with her, but then we've got 2 more coming up. So make sure you stay tuned.
And thank you guys so much for supporting your trade associations, because without you guys, you're what keeps it going. So here's to you guys too.
Cheers to you. Jesse, are you ready?
Thanks you guys so much for hanging out for a little bit. Before we dive into the old fashioned, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that you could get from Collins and Coop or from Raised by Wolves specifically. And because Raised by Wolves isn't open at the moment, unfortunately were part of the furlough. We reached out to Collins and Coop because he does the other half of what we do very well. Raised by Wolves does spirits. Gary and Collins and Coop does glassware and citrus and bitters and ice and garnish and like almost everything else that you could possibly think of. For what we do at Raised by Wolves, what goes into the cocktail outside of the spirit is just as important. So having like really amazing glassware that you don't have to spend a fortune on, or a mixing glass and a spoon, or your shaking tins, your jiggers, your strainers, all of that kind of stuff is everything that Gary can put together for you. Now, when you need really primo liquor, that's when you come see me. So when we start this old fashioned, we're gonna start with Copper and King's bitters, and Copper and King's prides themselves on brandy. So this is a brandy based bitters. And then we're gonna move into using sugar. Now you can use any sort of sugar for old fashions. One of the biggest things that I get is, I want an old fashioned, I don't want it too sweet. I get it, I promise you, I get it. But I think using a pure maple syrup in your old fashioned, not your Aunt Jemima bullshit. Please don't pull that out of your pantry when you make your old fashions at home. But using a pure maple syrup actually plays with the barrel that your whiskey or your aged rum or your scotch or something like that is gonna come from. It's gonna play off those nuances. And then we're very spoiled at Raised by Wolves. We get a chance to go to Kentucky, we get a chance to go to Guadalajara and pick out our own barrel. So for the old fashioned that we're going to make here today, we're going to use our private barrel Knob Creek rye. It's 115 proof. It doesn't drink like it, and which can be very dangerous, but it's delicious. So while we're talking about bar tools, your basic stuff in that kit, your shaker, your Hawthorne strainer, all that kind of stuff, you could get at Target, you could get at Collins and Coop, you could come see us at Raised by Wolves. You can find a vintage shop that has really cool stuff too, but old fashions are about you. So however you want to have it, however you want it to taste, that's up to you. So we're going to stick very, very classic today. We're going to start with the Copper and King's bitters. If you guys ordered the kit, it's going to be like 2-ish of these. Angostura bitters is super traditional, but it's all about supporting small business. Copper and King's is a small business. So as much as we can support them, I'm on board. Not too sweet, right? A little bit of your maple. Should be fine. And then a full hearty 2 ounces of rye, bourbon, again, scotch, whatever works best for you. With a really light stir. I don't have really nice ice at home unless I make it, so we're gonna stir really light for this. Gary also distributes penny pound ice, which is this clear, beautiful ice cube right here. Penny Pound's out of LA. And again, we're supporting those guys while we're furloughed as well. I don't have the fancy cherries. Like she said, they're expensive, but I do have an orange peel. It's probably my favorite garnish for an old fashioned of all time. If I'm using rye, if I'm using bourbon, lemon peel all day. Old fashioned, made the right way. And happy belated World Cocktail Day. World Cocktail Day was yesterday, but the old fashioned is a traditional old world style cocktail. So thank you again so much for having me. I do have a couple cocktails for our host here. I have a tequila old fashioned for Carly, since she does not necessarily do whiskey. And I have a traditional this style old fashioned for Amber. And I'm gonna get out of your face, but I also wanted to thank Queenstown Bistro for having me, because we're closed, but they have a very, very beautiful bar here, and CJ's a good friend. So enjoy his cocktails. I'm gonna get out of your way. No, that's mine.
That's yours. Sorry. What's happening, everybody? My name's CJ from Queenstown Bistro. Figure we're all doing happy hour together. So I'm drinking one of Jesse's amazing Tom Collins. Anyways, I hope everyone's families are safe and healthy. And we're gonna make a couple cocktails today. We're gonna make a skinny strawberry margarita. If you're not a fan of strawberries, just leave them out, all right? So all we gotta do is do a couple strawberries. And this here's a muddler if you're not familiar with it. If you don't have one today and you want to try to make it, you can use a spoon, just get creative. It's kind of the point of life right now. So you got a couple strawberries in here. We've got fresh lime juice. You're gonna do 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. And then you're gonna want some agave. We use a nice organic agave. Just do a little 1/2 ounce of that. And Jesse brought us over one of her private reserve tequilas. Very appreciative. It's amazing. It's El Tercero. It's fantastic. And you're going to do 2 ounces of this. You're kind of just putting all this together, and then we're going to muddle it up. So yeah, basically the muddler, you're just pushing down all the strawberries or whatever you're muddling, and just kind of mixing all the flavors. Like I said, if you're not a fan of the strawberry margarita, you can just leave those out. Just make the drink normal. Got it? And you're going to do basically just a glass full of ice, whatever size glass you're using. We've got one of these right here. You give it a little shake. It's a good looking color on that. Always top with soda water. Just tequila, just the margarita gets a little bit of bubbles that way. And we're going to garnish with a lime to balance that color of the strawberries, and you're good to go. And we've got a couple of cocktails right over here for the ladies. So that's the strawberry margarita. And the next one we're doing is a Red House Sangria. I personally like to do mine with brandy when I'm making them at home. So we did a brandy and a nice dry red wine base. So what we did was a 24-hour, the best way to do it is leave it 24 hours. Leave it sealed. All the fruit melds in, all the flavors. So you're going to leave it sealed. Leave it out. Don't even put it in the fridge. 24 hours later, just take the fruit out. You're going to pour it over ice, and you're good to go. So this is how we make it here. So you're going to do, cut everything into wheels with the fruit is the best way to go. You're going to want to do 1 orange, 1 lemon. You're going to do a lime. All cut into like nice thin wheels if you haven't done this at home before. And then from there, so we've got 2 cups of orange juice. It's like a perfect summertime kind of drink. I do 1.5 cups of brandy. I like it a little stronger. And also a nice little brandy floater. Kind of kicks it up a notch, you know? So, and then we do 1 cup of lemonade. And then you kind of want a nice dry wine. A lot of times at home, I'll do Burgundy or dry Spanish wine. We just have a cab from Paso Robles for this one. It's a real nice wine. So basically you want a bottle, whatever size you're using. You can kind of fill it up to the top, however it goes. A little extra, we'll finish that later. No problem. And then, so basically all you're gonna do here is top it. You give it a nice little shake, flip, whatever you're doing. And all you're going to do is leave it whatever on the counter, anywhere at home. You don't need to put it in the fridge. And let that fruit flavor and ferment. So we've got that there. And the way we're going to do it here, once it's done, so 24 hours later, we come back to it. I guess I can see it from the camera. 24 hours later, we come back to it. This was from yesterday. We already did it. So you give it a nice little topper. And then you're going to want a little bit of Sprite in there. I'm just going to put soda for now, but Sprite or 7-Up gives it like just a little extra sweetness. And then personally, I like a little brandy on top. So anything to kick the day in a little bit. To give it a little brandy floater. Got a couple of oranges for that, and we're good to go. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Thanks for having us. Queenstown Bistro. I want to thank Jesse right down the way in Raised by Wolves. Appreciate it. Have a good day, okay? See you later.
This is such a special opportunity. CJ was awesome. And we're gonna taste the last one, and then we're gonna let you know our favorite. And I have to say, it was so cool to see so many of you making your own drinks. So I would love to hear, cheers
to you guys,
what your favorite one was, because wow, I have to say as many times, so this is a sangria, which I didn't realize all that stuff went in sangria.
And again, it's very fresh, very clean, not really heavy and sweet like some sangrias can be. I mean, both of these places are just killer. I mean, just awesome.
I'm just going to come back here for it.
Super clean and neat, absolutely. So grateful to have these guys.
I mean, easy recipe, but wow. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you can get this to go. We'll have to ask. I think you might be able to get it to take out. But I have to say, let's just back up really quick. And don't forget, we're going to be finishing it out with Jason on sax. So make sure your camera's on for the dance party so we can bring it to you. Yep. However, hold on. if I were to back up just for a minute here to this old fashioned.
What, your favorite? Is that your pick?
Well, I have to say that every time we go to a restaurant, and I mentioned earlier it's my husband's favorite drink, he will ask me to try his old fashioned, and I always decline because I'm usually having a glass of wine or something that is. Right. But having tried this, Jesse, I will say this is good. This is really good.
Jesse, she converted you?
Well, typically it just tastes like alcohol. This actually has flavor, and it's something a lady could drink. That's not so harsh, I will say. Somebody that just doesn't drink it straight all the time.
Right, exactly. Everything tonight was delicious. And don't forget, too, that some of these ingredients you can actually purchase at Raised by Wolves as well. They have a storefront that sells amazing assortment of liquors, too. And then if you're looking for, both of these places have amazing atmospheres, whether you're looking for indoor, outdoor. Both of those places meet whatever experience you're looking to have. So, yeah.
So if we could just recap, we started with an Aperol Spritz, which I know some of you had that, so I want to hear from you. Then we moved it on to that Passion Fruit Collins, which was a spin of the Tom Collins, which is the first time I've had gin in 22 years. And I have to say, I could have another one of those with that blood orange ice cube. That was so good. That is definitely a hack. I will have to try blood orange ice cubes. Who would have thought? Then we switched it over to CJ, who started with this amazing strawberry margarita. So I'm a tequila girl.
Don't worry, we're not driving.
No, we're not.
SDAR takes good care of us. Don't worry, we're taking care of it.
But this was delicious. But I have to say, having tried all of them and finishing it off with, I know sangria you think is just simple sangria, but if you saw, well, you did see the ingredients, so I can't say if you did, but if you could taste this right now, you will be coming here for your own Queenstown Bistro sangria. It's what they're famous for. So next time you're in UTC, yeah. Right, and so I'm here in the studio. They're going to be doing a collaboration drink after the studio. After Jason. Oh, we're going to be coming back. Ooh.
You know what? You guys have been so great with your dance party. Everyone's super excited over here. So we're going to do a little.
We're going to wrap it up.
We're doing a finale, and they're going to do.
Because we have to see all of you one last time.
That's so awesome, you guys.
Let's make sure those cameos are ready because we're going to send it over to Jason on Sax. Remember, follow him. It's Jason Whitmore, really, but it's Jason on Sax on Instagram. Queenstown Bistro is where we are. We couldn't be more grateful. But let's hear a little music. Let's get this party going, and then we'll see you at the end. We'll wrap it up, and we just, again, thank you for joining us tonight. We've got Miami. We've got San Diego in the house. It's a beautiful Thursday night. It's already dark for you guys.
You guys are firing us up, too. So the mixologist, Jason, you guys dancing in and getting involved is getting everyone fired up as well.
We might even get up to dance, you know. We want to see you guys get up to dance.
What about my favorite? So what was your favorite?
Oh, we're gonna end it with our favorite. We'll let you know which one was our favorite after this. So let's head it over to Jason, and we'll see you in a bit.
All right, see you in a bit.
Thanks, guys. Old fashioned, my favorite. All this cocktail talk got me inspired, so I had to go make myself a little drink in the meantime. So cheers. Let's get our party on. Let's do this.
I cannot preach. I gotta show them how I can't get it in. Do your best. Your body like money ain't shit. Ooh, ooh. Hashtag. I'm a dangerous man. So many pretty girls around me and they're why you mad? Fix your face. Look out. Everywhere I go, they be like. Everywhere I go, they be like. Everywhere I go, they be like. Nah, break it.
Okay. How is everybody doing? Are you having as much fun as we are? Because I have to say, when do you ever hear Bruno Mars mixed with the saxophone is what I want to say. Because Jason Whitmore, you got some skills. I will say you've got some skills. So thank you, because this has been a lot of fun. And believe it or not, we're going to share our favorite drink of the night. But then we've got a special. I think CJ has got Jesse to maybe make a surprise drink tonight. So we're going to add a bonus, because you've been such a great crowd and audience, very engaging. Thank you for all of those that were willing to shake it. Kevin Burke, you weren't paying attention though. You better watch out next time. You're on camera. Zoom, everybody sees you. There you are. No, there you are. We really, really appreciate everybody being here for support. This is just something new and fun. So, Carly, what was your favorite?
Okay, I have to say my favorite thing before my drink is the fact that I felt like I was at a sporting event when they kept clicking on different people, and it was like the Megatron. It was super awesome seeing all of you guys. I had to say that. So I'm going to pick two favorite because I want to pick one from each mixologist. I really like this Admiral thing.
Aperol Spritz.
Aperol Spritz. I'm going to go back and rewatch.
Go to New York, and that's all you'll get.
Because I didn't get to see the whole presentation, but this was really clean, tasted really healthy, and something that I would drink on a regular basis. Now,
the straight tequila drinker here. You know.
This other drink though,
that is the passion fruit Collins, a spin on a Tom Collins.
This was very intense but delicious, and not too sweet, but it was delicious. I couldn't drink this
intense
all night.
Like the circus.
It's just like I couldn't drink it all night because it's very flavorful, but it was absolutely delicious, very bold in flavor, and I really enjoyed this one. It
was the ice cube.
Yeah,
I think it was all about the ice cube on that
absolutely.
one.
Absolutely, that was very creative.
So,
how about you?
Well, believe it or not, I am very much, I think this blood orange ice cube and gin.
Well, yours is empty, so that's a good sign.
Maybe that's the sign. Maybe that's the sign. However, I'm moving to this one kind of because it was different, and I think my husband would really, really enjoy this. So Jesse, I'll be coming to you next time I have an old fashioned. However, I think what's going to top it is this bad boy right here, because I am a wine girl and I love sangria on a hot summer day. I did not realize what goes into sangria though. So this was a very big learning experience for me, because now I think I like it even more actually. Yeah. It's not just wine and fruit, right? So I would say this is my winner. So CJ, thank you. This was or Queenstown Bistro, I should say thank you, because you can get this anytime. This isn't just a specialty drink. But more than anything, we just want to thank Collins and Coop, Gary. See, that's the drinks. They're adding extra R's onto the thing. No,
we're right there with you guys. So
yes, we are. And again, thank you for joining in. But San Diego Association of Realtors, the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors, the best one. If you're not a member, you've got to join, because this is the stuff we do. Most importantly, we just want to bring value to all the members. Miami Association of Realtors, thank you for joining us. This was awesome.
And how great to collaborate. I mean, we should do this more often.
I agree.
Get everybody together and have fun.
Yeah,
you know.
just like everybody. And the amazing family that's got their daughter there dancing. And I mean, this has been kind of fun. I love it. Who else do we have to thank? Of course, Jesse Peterson, Raised by Wolves. I know we keep saying it, but again, if you don't do anything, make sure if you're in San Diego, you're going to book takeout or delivery from Queenstown Bistro. And I believe they probably can throw in these sangrias. Can they throw in the sangrias? They can throw in the sangria. There you have it. I know what I'm having this weekend.
And then purchase your libations from Raised by Wolves.
Yes, and if you want the kit,
so,
yes.
Yep. Or you can probably still order the kit, or I'm sure we can make that happen somehow. So
somehow.
If you didn't get your kit before this and now you're more interested, now that you see the final product, reach out to one of Amber or myself, and I'm sure we can help make that happen.
Or have your own party like this, because he's local and he can do this, customize whatever you like.
Yeah, absolutely. So
you're having a party soon, right?
Like secret.
Really? Secret, right?
So if you guys want to plan your own event, chat with one of us, and we can help you do what we did today with your own, people as well.
For all of us that, and I know all of you that just love to get together and have events, I think this was a great way that we could at least socialize a little bit, even though we're not directly there, but a camera is the next best thing. And we just, again, appreciative of your, and grateful of your participation more than anything. And I think we're going to be able to close this out with a specialty cocktail. And then, of course, stay tuned. Don't log off, because Jason Whitmore is going to really entertain us. And we're going to be getting all of you on camera. So make sure you're up and dancing and finish off those drinks. Yes, be ready. Kevin, be ready this time.
Because you don't know who we're going to click on.
Bobby, be ready.
And you're going to be a star. So
I know.
Be ready.
Good.
Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Great seeing all of you.
Yep. Ciao, you guys. We're going to send it over to finish this out, and then stay on. Jason's going to really close it.
Hey, we're back.
What's happening, everybody?
We're actually hanging out together, so we also just wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to say thank you to you.
No way, thank you. We're gonna drink a little of that 115 proof Knob Creek together.
Responsibly.
But yeah, hey, the San Diego Association of Realtors and Miami, thanks for having us. We really had a good time today, and happy hour.
It's nice to feel normal.
Right, exactly, just for a minute.
So in that whole spirit of yesterday being World Cocktail Day, one of the other kind of signature cocktails that we do at Raised by Wolves, and one that I'm absolutely obsessed with, is the whiskey sour. Not just the whiskey sour, but egg white cocktails in general. So we're going to make 2 different styles. I've already picked mine, but you have to tell me what you want me to make for yours. It doesn't have to be whiskey. It can be something else.
And what's in yours?
Mine's whiskey.
Yours is whiskey?
Yeah, you can't pick that.
Okay, so I got to go. I love tequila. And you brought over this amazing tequila. So we'll go with tequila.
Love it.
What's in yours? You got lemon in yours? Or no?
I have lemon in mine.
All right, then let's do tequila, and we got a ton of strawberries to use that we didn't use.
Love it.
So let's just knock those out and use
Love it. Sounds great. Couple of strawberries, because it's delicious. And then we always need acid, right? So tequila and lime, right? And then whiskey and lemon, right? Because whiskey and lemon taste delicious. We need sugar. So what kind of sugar would you like to use for yours?
I prefer agave.
Agave for yours, of course. For you, anything. And because we use the maple for the old fashioned, we're going to use that again for our whiskey cocktail. What's the signature ingredient in the sour?
In the sour is the egg white.
Yeah, it's so delicious. You can buy them in a box, I swear, and we won't judge you. We're going to pop an egg white into each of these cocktails. You're bringing the trash. You're so nice.
This is impromptu. So we didn't have anything planned.
For people that might not necessarily enjoy the egg white part, if you open a can of garbanzo beans in your house, all that liquid that's in there is called aquafaba. You can use that as a vegan option as a sour too. You don't necessarily have to use the egg white part. It's healthier. I mean, relatively, you're still getting protein on this, but if the egg white absolutely weirds you out, please don't feel obligated to do it. You said tequila, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, fine.
This tequila is amazing. I never had it until today, and I'll definitely be drinking this a lot.
Yay, that's fun. And I'm doing Knob Creek for our whiskey sour. Cool. The idea behind sour cocktails, if you're making them in your house, is you want to break up that protein a little bit. Even if you're using the aquafaba, there's always going to be a little bit of that thick, like, viscosity behind it. So just break it up really softly. Gentle, be nice to it. And then you can ice down your tins and go from there. You sure you want to shake one? They're fun.
I don't shake.
You should shake one. Shake that one.
I'll shake.
Shake it.
Give me a purpose.
Shake it like it doesn't have feelings. Perfect. Is it still?
There's a little different than mine.
Always hit it in the bubble gap.
I loosened it.
You're amazing. Cool. Egg white cocktails always have something called the chunky stuff. Make sure you double strain those out. You're gonna get this really, really beautiful fluffy head on top, which is my favorite part. We're gonna do something really fun with the whiskey sour though. We're gonna turn it into a New York sour. So that needs to sit for a hot second, but I am gonna pass this off to you. So you can try this first. This is your drink. Oh, I spilled. Sorry. Made a mess. This is your Raised by Wolves single barrel strawberry sour.
Amazing.
Sir.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Jesse from Raised by Wolves.
thanks for having me. And then we're gonna turn the whiskey sour into a New York style sour, which is one of my favorite expressions. You add dry red wine to the top.
That's amazing.
It's good?
Oh, yeah.
Can I try it?
Oh, you know what?
Okay. Did you get a mustache? Oh, you have a mustache. Never mind.
Just change colors a little bit, you know.
So you're gonna add about 3/4 of an ounce of dry red to the top of that cocktail here for your whiskey sour to turn it into a New York sour. If you have it in Boston, it's topped with port, so you always have certain options to use. If you like a sweeter red, this is personal preference. You're making cocktails at home. Please enjoy these and have fun. So thank you again to all of you guys at Queenstown Bistro for having me, and for you guys in San Diego and Miami for watching us act like silly people.
Happy hour. Cheers, everybody.
Happy hour. Cheers, you guys.
Awesome.
Thank
for
you
having
so
us.
much.
All right.
All right, guys. Cheers. Thanks again for everybody for having me. Cheers. This is so cool getting to play for the East Coast and the West Coast at the same time. You guys are amazing. I'm already inspired by the drinks, as you can see. I know it's a crazy time, and you're not going to see me play out in public anywhere, but follow me on my social media. It's Jason on sax, and you'll see when I'm out. And I am actually doing private performances. Check out my socials. You'll see the kind of stuff I'm doing. But anyway, hopefully see you guys out in the real world soon. Let's party.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180. I believe I won't change me, baby. Girl, where I am, but already scary. If you don't wanna see me Don't show up, don't come out, don't stop caring about me. Don't know how, don't stop caring about me. If you don't wanna see me, if you wanna believe me, if you can stop me, don't show
Thanks, everybody.
Wow.
Jason, that was awesome.
That was
You guys
awesome.
did
I mean,
awesome.
my daughters and I dance to that song all the time, but that saxophone just made it that much better.
Well,
Thank you,
great.
Jazzy, everybody who was ready to make a groove with
All
us
you.
tonight.
Yeah,
How much
listen,
fun.
So great to see all of you guys.
So good.
Yeah.
This is Carly. Did we say that?
Carly Chance.
Yep. I'm
Amber
Amber
Anderson.
Anderson. We're your
And,
YPN chair and vice chair
Yes.
here in San Diego. And we can't wait to meet our Miami counterparts one day soon. But again, stay tuned. We're going to do this again, you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all your participation.
Let's keep it going, whether it's in person, like this. Just don't give up. Support us, support yourselves. We're all supporting each other, and just hang in there.
And go like and follow Queenstown Bistro on social media, as well as Jason on Sax and Raised by Wolves, and of course, us too and everybody else, because we got to
Great
support
idea.
each other.
Great idea.
Right? Great idea. So cheers, everybody. Enjoy your Thursday night. We hope to see you soon. Thank you, Greater San Diego Association of Realtors and Miami Association of Realtors. And of course, ciao, ciao for now. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Change me, baby. Girl, where I am.